4 months. This is only like just now where I'm like, all right, well, if this is going to go on for this long, I got to figure out something creatively, to feel inspired and just have goals in my life. But,
are we in month 5? Is that what month we're in?
I think so. But honestly, I feel like I've been saying 4 months for a while. So yeah, maybe it is 5 months.
Because it started like in the middle of March, right? So April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, we're at 5 months or so. Yeah, I haven't felt the pressure. Well, I mean, obviously I went through some fucking shit, but I haven't felt the pressure to create really, other than talk to people and talk on the podcast. But occasionally,
but this is something.
Yeah, I'm working for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely working, and occasionally I'll do the panicky, manic live Instagram. Random
me too.
live Instagram. You're just sitting around going, "It's time. Let's do it." Hey, people.
Someone talk to me. Yeah.
Have you done those?
Yes, definitely. It's social media is just such a crazy world where you can just be like, okay, I need a shot of attention.
Exactly.
And then you just can go get that shot, and then then it lasts you for a while because someone says something messed up in the comments, and then you're like, no, I don't need this attention. I don't need this attention.
So aren't they going to run out of shit for us to watch?
I already feel pretty limited. I've watched a few things, but we really like Love Island UK, and they have like 80 episodes a season, so that's holding me down pretty good.
Did you watch I May Destroy You?
Oh my God, I haven't completed it, but I think it's so brilliant. And
what a trip, man!
I mean, I think her show is such a masterpiece because it's funny and it's cool looking and it's engaging, but it truly makes you go to an incredibly deep place, especially, I mean, and not to say men don't also suffer sexual trauma, as she shows in her show too, and straight men do too. And so, yeah, it definitely made me like revisit trauma and like have to process it again. So I think that's such an amazing service to people and incredible to create something that has such an intense impact on people.
Yeah, it's like for me, like I just wanted to watch it because I found her to be so engaging, and it feels like a different world to me generationally and also race wise. Like I literally, all I can sort of see is and feel is the humanity coming through it. But in terms of the context, I know nothing about that world. About England, about being, black in England, about being, any of it. And
well, don't sell yourself short. I think you know a lot. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but but nonetheless, the issues and the humanity and the intensity all comes through, and I can't stop watching it. I watched all of them. It's
so good. I got to finish it, but it's definitely like so fucking intense.
Yeah,
and like just
intense.
Talking to other people, everyone I've talked to about it, it's like it brings up so much shit for people. It's wild.
What else have you been watching? Anything fun though?
Yeah, Dave, I thought was fun. I love Search Party. I love Love Island.
I don't even know what these are.
Really?
Yeah.
Search Party? You would like Search Party a lot.
What is that?
It's kind of like this mix between a comedy and a thriller.
Oh, okay.
And it's really good.
Are your people calling you, offering you things and setting up meetings like show business is going to happen?
Like, not really.
I love that they're like, you want to do a general meeting? I'm like, why? There's no.
You want to tread water.
Yeah, I have to shoot an entire season of a TV show that they've now pushed to 2021, maybe.
Oh my god!
There's nothing. There's not like now like that. When I really think about that, I'm so glad I have this job of doing the podcast. But like the thing that I have to do that I'm contractually obligated to do, they're like sometime in 2021, and I'm like, stand-up's not coming back. I don't want to go to fucking drive-ins or like parking lots.
I think drive-in sounds kind of fun. Honestly, like it sounds better than regular stand-up.
But what if you can't?
I'm like, good. Keep the audience encased in metal and glass. So like keep them.
How do you pace yourself if you can't hear them laughing?
I guess you just presume they're laughing.
I'm not good at that.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe it would suck. I mean, I don't know. I just think like the context of doing stand up for people in their cars would be funny. And then you could riff on that or something.
Sure. For a while. And then you just be standing alone in front of a giant empty screen in front of a bunch of cars.
A lone honk rings out through the air. Unclear if it's heckling or support.
Exactly. I've been watching old movies.
Of course you have.
Haven't you? The Criterion Channel? Or you just Joe?
No, I said I'm jealous of other people because it was just a good example.
Time.
But like, I honestly, I'm not even convinced. Like, what's in the Criterion Channel? I mean, I'll tell you what I liked.
A lot of movies you think you should have watched if you studied film at some point in your life.
Right. That's what I'm afraid of. Like, I liked On Golden Pond. Yeah,
I don't think that's on there.
Like, how old are we talking?
They go back, man.
I don't know.
Like, there's a whole bunch of movies under Western noir.
Oh God, I don't know. I can't, like, the old movie pace is just like, I feel like I'm like trying to act like a smart person watching it, and I'm like, just cut to something, go.
Yeah.
Like I'm just too used to faster moving things. Like, it's hard.
So you guys aren't socializing at all? Is it all on FaceTime and Zoom?
Yeah, we're not, occasional backyard masked hangs. But the thing that I could do it. It's not killing me. It's more my kid, not having seen any kid in 4 months. I'm worried he's going to get weird,
Yeah.
But I try to comfort myself. Like, if we grew up on a farm or somewhere rural or remote, like, it's not like he'd be going to classes every week, like these metropolitan kids,
How did those farm kids turn out, really? You want a farm kid?
Well, the difference is those farm kids are like feeding chickens and like have a horse that's their friend. I mean, he's not getting the upside of that. He's just in a backyard of a LA home. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just worried he's going to get weird. I mean, he said yesterday, I don't want the mirror anymore. I want other kids.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. I'm like, oh, my God. I mean, and these things just like, they just really hurt your heart when you think of, like, I look at my old photos of like all these birthday parties and classes and museums and things like that we always were doing to just give him, like, he's like a little sponge. You want to give your kid tons of new experiences and things to learn. And he was just soaking it all up. And all of a sudden it's like, you can't touch anyone. You can't see anyone. Everything's closed. And it's like, it just feels bad.
So what, have you talked to other parents? What are they doing?
You know what, other parents, they're like, you're lucky your kid's young. It doesn't have any impact on them at all. It's like every parent wants to say, I've got it the worst. For my kids, it's the worst. But I don't agree. Like, how about my son said he doesn't want the mirror anymore. He wants other kids. You think that might be a psychological issue?
There's no way around it. There's no way that he have friends that he can talk to on the Zoom or nothing. I guess he's too young.
He's not into the Zoom. You know what he does when I get him on with another kid? He goes, bye. So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm like, that is, and they'll be so excited to talk to him. They're like, hi. And he's like, bye, and walks away.
Oh no.
So I don't know. I'm trying to like constantly look at the statistics and the research and see if there's ways for him to have, a small school situation or a play date, but we don't know any families that are being as strict as we are. And,
you don't have like a pod of people?
No, I don't have a pod. And honestly, all the pod talk is so stressful. It's like,
yeah, I don't know.
I'm not trying to pod with someone who doesn't know how to cook. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not cooking for everyone.
Yeah.
And, it's like, or I'm not trying to pod with someone who, like, I can't communicate comfortably with about things. Like, it's a pretty big trust that you're putting in someone. And if I can't ask you like questions and feel safe, I'm not going to pod with you, so that leaves no one.
So a pod means it's actually some sort of like agreement that you're all going to do this together. The pod thing.
Yeah. You're supposed to have, agreed upon rules that everyone in the pod agrees to. And I mean, even like ostensibly in writing.
Wow.
That you all hold each other to, but I don't know anyone who has that attitude, and the encouraging thing, but then I saw conflicting news recently was like the idea was that young children don't transmit it or contract it as easily.
Yeah. But then
I saw something conflicting that, and that's how it's been this whole time. It's just endless. But at least Putin found a vaccine. That's encouraging.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time before Trump, invites him here to manufacture it. Maybe we're just going to become, sister nations. And
that's right.
We can just freely go to Russia if we want. It's all going to be the same government.
Sometimes I'm like, are we just going to hear like a loudspeaker and Russian? And we're like, it's happened.
It's time. Yeah. Now we have to get that app and translate things.
Yeah, exactly. Hold it up to the sky.
So how did that movie happen, the Spinster movie?
Spinster happened. My agency just forwarded me an email with an offer to play this role.
That's what I thought, right? It was an indie film, right?
Yes.
No money.
Yeah.
And
no money.
And, they said we kind of like this script. This guy's never made a movie before.
No, opposite. They didn't say one comment on the script. They just forwarded me an offer for my first lead role in a film with no comment at all.
About anything?
And no. And it was directed by a woman, and she has directed, I think 3 other movies.
I'm sorry,
I didn't mean Nova Scotia.
I didn't mean to be condescending.
She's a huge fan of yours, so I just want to preserve that.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. There wasn't a lot of paperwork. I didn't get a big press package about the movie.
Listen. I don't mean to make you feel bad. I just want to.
What's her name?
Clarify. Andrea Dorfman, and
she's a Canadian.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if she's from Nova Scotia. I forget, but she's lives there, and that's where all her films were set.
Oh, because I just talked to Ellen Page, and she's from Nova Scotia.
I know. She's sort of been a great confidant on all things Nova Scotia.
So what was the process? So you took.
So they sent me this. Yeah. I said, "Oh, that's cool." I think my son. I don't know. I just had my son, so he was young. I went and I requested that they send me her other movies, and I watched them, and I thought, this is cool. This woman feels very artistic. Nova Scotia is this beautiful backdrop in all her films, and it looks really cool. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to go to Nova Scotia, bring my baby. I brought my awesome nanny at the time who made it all possible. And it was a month, and we did it. It was a 14-hour trip door to door.
You shot it all in Nova Scotia?
Yeah. It was in Halifax and, some of the outlying areas. And it was pretty cool. Yeah. It was written by a woman, directed by a woman, and the DP was a woman. And that was also appealing to me.
Well, that's great. And also, that explains a lot of things, because I was like, how do I not know one of these actors? And
yes. Because
they're all Canadian.
Canadians. Yeah.
I thought you were really funny. And I think that it deals with what's funny is that looking back at the interview we did 10 years ago, right, you would have been that person.
Exactly. Well, that's what people are like, was it so hard for you to play this person? I'm like, no, I feel like I was a stone's throw from being this woman,
Right. Yeah.
And like I said, I still do have my worst fear is I'll, lose everything I feel too lucky and I feel too happy. And it's I think this is a thing. If your childhood had some weird things going on, you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop,
Yeah. What's going on with your folks? Do you talk to, they're still around, right?
Yeah, they are. My dad, who was a kind of a reclusive guy himself, now that COVID is happening, he's I have to go to a store every day. He's I got to get out of the house and go to a store every day. He's in the Bay Area. Oh, that's where I grew up.
Right, in Oakland. They're both still up there?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. So he's out, going to stores every day?
He's going to stores every single day. I'm you're such a contrarian. Before this, his wife would like beg him to leave the house and go do stuff. And he was just like always, in the house.
And where's your mom? What's she doing?
Everyone's stuck.
Right. But I mean, are they keeping it together?